Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and I've got a really good one for you today because a lot of you guys reached out and wanted to see more of these beaches that are at the end of each street here in Laguna, and I thought I'd show you guys that today. So before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button, and don't forget we got an email list to join. There's a ton of national news to cover, and at the end of these streets, they've got these walkways that are pretty cool. Now this one at the end of Ruby is a park. So it doesn't give you beach access, but it just gives you the most amazing views to come out to and just to hang out. And again, guys, just places to be alone, to think, to work. I mean, check this out. Look at that view. It's a little overcast today. And as I was walking down here, I met one of my subs, and Leland and his wife. It was absolutely great to meet them, and they've been watching for a while, so it was really great to have them say hi. But look at this, guys. It's absolutely amazing. Now, first things first, you cannot make this stuff up. We're supposed to be told that the economy is doing fantastic right now. Okay? Let's all press forward. Let's all move forward. Now, the unemployment claims that were filed, that were announced yesterday, were 207,000 people. But what we just found out was that 1.754 million people stayed in the unemployment doles in the last week. So again, guys, you can believe that unemployment's at 4%. Okay? I don't believe it. I just think that it's horrible. I think the economy is horrible. I think that you cannot spend yourself into oblivion and have it all be okay. Now, here's one thing that's happening is the Senate subcommittee on small business and entrepreneurship is talking about a new round of stimulus programs for business because businesses are struggling so much. So you're talking about speaking out of both sides of your mouth, where one day it's great, one day it's not, but we want to give these people a chance to borrow some more money and fix this. And they want to give $6.8 billion in stimulus money, similar to PPP loans, similar to EIDL loans, to get business back on track. They're talking about restaurants, gyms, minor league baseball teams. I don't know why they pulled that up. I don't know why minor league baseball teams are having difficulty right now. That makes no sense to me. But again, the idea with certain things is that they're going to have a list of qualified businesses. They have not gotten this money approved yet. But again, why do they need this money? What is the point of having this money if everything is supposed to be great right now? Now, again, the Fed is spending, out of its mind right now. Jim Bullard, the Fed president, just stepped up and said that we're going to need 3 rate hikes in 2022. And the first rate hike needs to be in March. Again, guys, is it good? Is it not? If it's good, raise interest rates. Plow ahead. The economy is going to be fine. People are going to be fine. You know it's not good. And you know that unemployment's not at 4%. It's just absolutely made up numbers, and there's not there's no rumor to this truth. Let's put it that way. It's just completely backwards right now. So you're hearing things from people that are very famous right now. Robert Kiyosaki, who I have a tremendous amount of respect for. He loves the metals. And Robert is talking about how he sees a stock crash imminent that's coming of 79%. Okay? I did not think that Mr. Kiyosaki was in the market, in the stock market, that is. He's definitely in the metals market, and he's definitely in the real estate market, but and cryptos. He's a huge crypto fan. But again, when you guys hear stuff like this, does this make you sit there and go, oh, I should listen to that? That's what I'm always curious about. So, do you think it's real? Are things going to crash? Is there impending doom? A lot of people that trade cryptos, there's a lot of swings, Dan, and I reached out to my subscribers yesterday and asked all these questions and said, what are you guys going to do? What do you think about the cryptos? What's it tied to? Everybody says it's tied against cash. So if cash crashes, cryptos are going to go up. I just saw something where they said crypto for Bitcoin, that it's going to bottom out at $34,000. And, again, guys, a high of 64, losing almost half its value and dropping down to 34,000. Is this something that people should be into? Share your thoughts on all this stuff. Okay, I really want to know what you guys think. What do you think about the stimulus for businesses? I think it's ridiculous myself right now, because you can't have it both ways. If we're doing good, okay, what's the point of a stimulus program? And again, hiring is a real mess right now. People are not answering the ads. People don't want to work certain jobs. And a PPP program, which the PPP program was designed to pay people, to get them to work for you. They changed it to being self-employed so that self-employed people got to basically pay themselves. And if they did it properly and basically paid themselves and didn't go buy a truck with it or something like that, they got the full write-up for it. So, share your thoughts on all this stuff. There's going to be so much that's coming out with all this. So let me know what you guys think about all this. I really want your input. These places are very cool. You got these places lined with all this shrubbery and beautiful plants. A couple things. Jim Cramer just came out and said that there could be good news with the stock market having a sell-off, that it could be time to be buying tech stocks. Okay, well, again, Jim Cramer, who listens to this guy? Is there anybody out there that says, wow, Jim Cramer's really got it going on and he's the guy I got to listen to for my stock picks? Isn't that cool? Just so beautiful down here. It really is. But I know how foggy it is. I know how overcast it is. And I'll get you guys a clear shot of this. But so Jim Cramer, clown in chief, he's telling us how it may be the bottom. It may be time to buy. Okay? Again, no shame at all. Nobody telling you to be cautious right now. It's, you're going to miss out because things are good. You can't have it both ways. Fed Chairman Bullard talking about the rate increases. Raise the rates. Why wait to March? Why wait, February, March? Why wait that long to raise the interest rates? Okay? Oh, it is really blown out today on the camera. Sorry, guys. Let me walk down here. A little better shot for you. The last thing is we just had a massive Powerball lottery win, and there were 2 tickets that won. And here's the fascinating thing about this is that the total jackpot $662 million, and what it works out to is each of these Powerball winners get $331.3 million. You can either take the 30-year payment, which would be delusional to do, or you can take the cash payout, and that would give you basically $225 million. And again, they buy an annuity with this, and that's why the money is less. But here's the fascinating thing about this, is that every state is different when it comes to lottery winnings and lottery taxes. The person that won the lottery in California, they don't pay state taxes. The person that won it in Wisconsin, okay, the Wisconsin tax has to pay an extra 7.5% in taxes. So the net payout, which again, no one's going, oh, big deal. The net payout is $142 million for California and $125 million for Wisconsin because of the additional payout. So share your thoughts, guys. I know nobody, but $17 million they get lost in state taxes. Now, when you win the lottery, they take out 22% initially, but because of your tax base being the highest percentage, you have to end up paying 37%. So most people end up having a tax bill at the end of the year also. So share your thoughts on all this stuff. Do you play the lottery? Do you win? Do you care? Okay, share your thoughts on all this stuff. What about the clown in chief, Jim Cramer, and his financial advice? Is it time to buy? Okay, again, you can't make this stuff up. One thing that's a real challenge right now is home ownership for young people. Millennials, Gen Zs, whatever you'd like to call them. And they're talking about how they're completely priced out of the market right now across the country. But one thing that's interesting is this is a worldwide phenomenon that, a lot of people are just talking about experiences. And the young people today, they really don't care if they have a place. You know, it's like, I don't want a home. A lot of young people and the people I talk to, they're more into the experiences and living their life. You know, talk to people that don't have cars, okay? And, you know, I Uber everywhere, Dan. I don't need a car. I, you know, have my apartment, got my place, don't need a vehicle, okay? Save a bunch of money. I live a good life. I do what I want to do. I work for who I want to work, but it's all remote. And again, you're going to see more and more of things like this in the future, where you're going to have people that can't afford houses, can't afford areas, and they're going to have to move out of areas. I mean, here in Southern California, I mean, it's nuts here. It really is. And, you know, I showed you guys that house up on the hill that was, you know, $16 million, whatever it was. And, you know, people can't afford this stuff here. And the average house here in California is over $800,000. And again, the payment, why would you want the payment? Why do you want to be tied down? Then I run the risk that it's going to go down in value. But you're also starting to see people that are living together, families moving in together. And again, is this a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I think it's tragic myself that people don't have their own place and their own, you know, have their own freedom. So, you know, share your thoughts on this stuff, guys. I really want to know what you think. This place is nice. You know, you've got these rocks at the end of these streets. Got the staircases that lead down. But again, on a summer day, the place would be packed. But again, it's kind of like your own private beach if you lived up on the hill. And as people sit down and they try to decide what they're going to do financially and monetarily and job-wise, I just think people are just fed up right now. And the more people I talk to about the people that quit their jobs and people that change gigs are people that are just fed up with their experience. And you're going to see people make a lot of changes right now. As I'm walking to my next destination, I wanted to ask you guys about this house. It's for sale. It's on Ocean. Let's play a game. 3 bedroom, 3 bath. What do you think it's going for? Nah. Don't look at the sign. $10,500,000. Yo, yatta hey. Now, overhangs the cliff in Laguna, but it's $10 million. $10,500,000 to be exact. Whoa. Ray Dalio stepped forward and said that he's not concerned about the Fed tightening. Ray Dalio runs the world's biggest hedge fund, Bridgewater. He says that they will not lose control of the economy and let it completely get out of hand. Okay, I think it's already out of hand, Mr. Dalio, and I think that, again, you know, do you listen to people like this? Does it make a bit of difference if Ray Dalio says, hold the brakes, don't worry about it, they're not going to completely lose control, they're going to just tighten the reins? And then you have Michael Kiyosaki saying, you know, batten down the hatches, the world's coming to an end, 79% drop. You know, you can't have it both ways in the bubble economy. So, you know, share your thoughts on this. Now, here's something fascinating. Lululemon, you know, the beautiful yoga pants, Lululemon. Anyways, they bought a company called Mir. Mir is one of those workout programs that they paid quite a bit of money for, $500 million from this company, and it's a subscription-based platform, and that you guys can check this out. Another amazing spot at the end of the beach. But again, one of those subscription platforms, and they tapped a former Amazon executive, Michael Erdogen, to run the company. And first thing that Mir did was Mir lowered their financial expectation. And sorry guys, it's a little slippery over here. So again, from 250 million in sales down to as low as 125 million. Now, does that interest you when somebody does that? Does that make you sit there and say, you know, the company's in trouble? Do you sign up for the subscription stuff? You know, you got people out here working out, running in the beach, you know, not using the Mir system or the Peloton system. Do you have a Peloton? Does that interest you in signing up for that stuff? you know, somebody asked me what they thought of a Peloton, and I said it's going to be the most expensive towel rack in your house in 45 days. And she was furious about that. And 30 days later, she wrote me and says, I'm still using it. And then about a month later, I asked her if it was her towel rack, and she was mad at me. So I'm sure it was the towel rack at that point that she spent a boatload of money on. So does this stuff interest you? I mean, I'm telling you guys, get out and about. Go work out outside. Go run outside. Overcast or not, get some exercise. Now, I know people write me, and I get a kick out of it. It's 2 degrees out here, Dan. It's 20 degrees. You know, share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Do these subscriptions thing mean anything to you? Look at these places, guys. This place is cool because I remember coming down to this one as a kid because it had like this little cave that you could hang out in. And share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I really want to know what you think about this. And does it matter if Ray Dalio steps forward and says, hey, I don't think the Fed's going to get out of control? The Fed has gotten out of control, guys. This whole thing is a complete sham with the money printing. And now they're talking about lending more businesses more money and giving them more benefits. Why? What's the point of that? If everything is going good, you don't need to borrow money. It's that simple. You don't need to give it away either. That's the other thing. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I really want to know what you think. And, you know, a lot of people got PPP loans. A lot of people got the EIDL loans. And, you know, whenever I advised anybody on all this stuff, it was, will it propel the business forward? Is it a fire sale? Are you getting this money because the building's on fire? If it is, don't do it, okay? And, you know, I've had people write me and tell me different things. They want to close the business now, but they're tied to the government for 30 years in their 30-year loan. These are things you have to think about when you're getting these government loans, okay? So share your thoughts on all this stuff. Plus, let's kind of look at these houses. Isn't that amazing? That's their backyard. Oh, there's that little shack, the one that's got the for sale sign right there for $10.5 million. Now, an amazing view. But we'll see if they get $10.5 million for it. The water is incredibly clear. Very little waves today. Tide's kind of out. But one thing cool about this place is you've got the little caves and you've got the rocks that in summer you can go out and climb on, and kids are all hanging out here. It's just absolutely beautiful. I'm at the end of Pearl Street, right off of PCH. Check this out. They've got this cool staircase, leads down to the water. Just, again, street after street after street, gets you to the ocean. It's very cool. Peter Schiff, I love Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff just came forward and had a blog post that I'll share with you guys. It said, head you lose, tails you lose. When he's talking about the economy and what the Fed has to do, and that the Fed has a really serious decision to make, and that they need to do something to fix this economy by either raising interest rates or shutting off the spigot of stimulus money that they have. And again, every time I say the word stimulus money, people think it's checks for individuals. No, the money that the Fed is printing and buying things with is absolutely stimulus money. And these ridiculous words like tapering and we're cautiously optimistic. No, you guys are out of control completely. And Mr. Schiff said that the spigot needs to be shut off or we're going to see hyperinflation. And he is absolutely convinced that we are headed for incredibly difficult times right now. So that being said, you know, you can't have it every way. You can't have, you know, everybody's got an opinion. I've got an opinion on what's going to happen. You've got an opinion on what's going to happen. But you can't sit there and say, this is no big deal. It's not, nothing's going to happen. They should just continue to print money forever. And I get people that write me and say, Dan, the Fed needs to do this for another 5 years. It's insane, guys, okay? It'll be $25 to buy a loaf of bread. Speaking of loaf of bread, a friend of mine sent me a video where the loaf of bread that used to be basically, 15 inches long is now about 9. And it's completely cut in half. But the price is $1 more than you ever paid for it. That's one thing. Next thing is there are stores that are now selling half loaves of bread. Okay, you can't make that stuff up. So absolute shrinkflation, absolutely out of control, but there's nothing to worry about. So check this out. Now the other thing is the evictions. Evictions are back. There is a place called the Eviction Lab, and I'll show you guys the article that they wrote, that because it's so convoluted around the country, not every place has the same rules. You've got 5 or 6 areas, Connecticut, Columbus, certain other cities, where evictions are back to the pre-pandemic levels, where they are kicking people out left and right. So it's not just a free-for-all that everybody's going to get to sit around and wait. Now, some of these places, the Eviction Lab is talking about that if people filed for rental assistance, they're barred from being kicked out of their units by some federal rule, which is crazy. So for those of you that did that and you don't have a job and you're waiting, bravo to you. The people that didn't do it, you know, they're going to kick you out. So it's just a matter of time. So share your thoughts and all this stuff. You know, I really want to know what you think. Plus, the other thing is the job numbers that are announced this morning. Now remember, on January 5th, ADP, a private company, came out and issued a report saying that we added 807,000 jobs to our economy, and it was a blowout report. And then on January 6th, we get the unemployment claims for the previous week, and 207,000 people filed for unemployment. But we got the official jobs number from the government today, and only 199,000 people were added to the job rolls in December. Now this gets worse, because they were expecting 422,000, which again was almost half of what ADP said. It came out to be, think about it, a quarter of what ADP said. Only 199,000 people were added to the job rolls. And last week, 207,000 people filed for unemployment. So guys, we're losing jobs. And the best thing about this is that they said that the unemployment dropped from 4.3% to 3.9%, that we have the greatest employment in the history of the country right now, which makes 0 sense. So again, guys, share your thoughts on all this stuff, because this is absolutely crazy, and it makes absolutely no sense that we're supposed to believe that unemployment is at 3.9%. I don't believe it at all. I'm going to finish this video with these last few stories. And the first one is, again, you can't make this stuff up. The stuff I get sent to me and the stuff that I read from all my sources, they're just talking about how the retail sales were just announced for the holiday season, and it was very robust. And again, I'm sick of stuff like this, because we just heard Bed Bath & Beyond is finished. We just heard that Macy's is finished. And you can say, Dan, they're only closing so many stores. Macy's is closing 125 stores, or a quarter of their stores. Okay? So it's awful, guys, to say the least. The next thing, Consumer Electronics Show, was an absolute disaster this year. They cut a day off of it because of the health crisis. But here's the thing. The crowd, they anticipate, I heard it was down 40% from news media. I heard it was down as much as 80% for the crowd from a normal year. And they said that the place to be alone was the Consumer Electronics Show, which again, guys, trade shows are incredibly expensive. When you have a union hall like that, you cannot carry stuff to your booth. You have to hire the union people. You want carpet? Carpet's $1,000. I mean, it's crazy the amount of money that gets spent in a trade show. To have no one show up there is absolutely disastrous. And the final thing is dogs. I love dogs. I'm a dog guy. And they say that dogs are bilingual, and that dogs, if you live in a bilingual house, that the dogs can discern multiple languages. Who knew? Okay? So the stories below from Study Finds, I love that. And again, share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Please do not forget to hit the like button. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Share this with everybody you know. Also, don't forget to hit the bell notification so you get notified of all the videos that we do here. And don't forget the email list, because we've got announcements coming of some cool stuff that we're going to do in 2022 with you guys. And this is at the end of Agate Street. All the streets that are named after precious metals, diamond, agate, pearl, things like that. Not necessarily metals, but just valuable things, that's where this one is at. Okay? It's absolutely beautiful. And onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon.